Hello, my name is Olivera, and for my project, Mr. Schneck gave me an old generator that I fixed up with the help of our auto teacher here at Castro Valley High School. And basically what I did was I changed the spark plug here. Here's an old one, and here's a new one. You can't really tell from here, but yeah. And then I also changed out the filter. It was really bad. It was really dirty. And I cleaned out the tank, the oil tank, with carb and choke cleaner that I got at O'Reilly's. And oh, never mind. And basically what I did was just took it apart. I didn't take it all the way apart, but I took out the main parts apart, and then I cleaned them out, let them sit for a while, and then put it back together and change the spark plug, and that was it. And then next we have a video of it actually working. Me turning it on. It was dirty, so sparks started flying out. And then I have another video of me actually plugging in too far. A video of me actually plugging in a power tool to show that it actually worked. And then another video of checking the voltage. You can't really read it, but at first it was going from a range of numbers, and then in the end it settled around 130 volts. Oh yeah, here we go. Here shows the actual, you see the numbers changing. Yeah. So basically we use the device to figure out the AC current, the AC side. And so this generator is has a 4-stroke engine. And wait just a second. And there's a difference between a 4-stroke and a 2-stroke. Here I have another presentation on those differences. I have a couple of diagrams as well. There we go. A 4-stroke versus a 2-stroke. To see, what is a 4-stroke cycle engine? Well, it's an engine that requires 4 piston strokes to complete 1 power cycle, and the stages include the intake, combustion, power, and exhaust. Each correspond to 1 full piston stroke, and it requires 2 revolutions of the crankshaft and is commonly used in cars today. And here's an actual diagram. You can't really tell here, but this is a diagram of the intake stage. During the intake stage, the fuel is drawn, the fuel and air mixture is drawn into the engine, while the piston slides down and forms a low pressure area in the cylinder. Then the intake valve is open while the exhaust valve is closed. Right here you can see that the intake is open, the exhaust is closed, and the piston is moving down. And the outside air pressure pushes the air-fuel mixture, causing the piston slide down. The next is the compression. Here you can see that both valves are closed, and then the air-fuel mixture is squeezed to prepare it for combustion, and the mixture is more combustible when pressurized. And then at the top of the stroke, the spark plug will fire. And the next is the power stroke, and here the air-fuel mixture is burned, and the piston is pushed down with a force. Here, this is the piston. Right here is the piston. It's pushed down with a force, and both valves are still closed, so the pressure forms on the top of the piston, and the piston is forced down, spinning the crankshaft. And then next, there's the exhaust stroke. Here, the piston is moving up, and the exhaust valve right here is open while the intake valve is closed. Then the burned gases are then pushed out the exhaust port and into the exhaust system. And then this readies the cylinder for a fresh charge of air and fuel. So therefore, these 4 strokes just keep going on, over and over. And then next, here, what is a 2-stroke cycle engine then? It's an engine that completes a full power producing cycle with only 1 full crankshaft revolution, and it completes the intake, compression, power, and exhaust stages, which is 2 piston strokes, and it is commonly used in chainsaws, dirt bikes, mopeds, jet skis, and outboard motors. And here are the strokes. There's a diagram as well, and it goes more into detail. And here the air-fuel mixture is first drawn into the crankcase, right here, and by the pressure created during the upward stroke of the piston. Then the crankcase compression, the valve is forced closed, and by the increased crankcase pressure during the downward stroke, and then the air-fuel mixture is then compressed in the crankcase. And then the exhaust, toward end of the downward stroke, the intake port is open. And compressed air-fuel mixture then escapes into the main cylinder, and then the exhaust gases are expelled out the exhaust port. And then here is the compression. The piston is then pushed up, compressing the air-fuel mixture. And then below the piston, another intake stroke is taking place. So it keeps going over and over. And then the spark plug then ignites in the air-fuel mixture at the top of the stroke. And then the piston is forced downward, completing the cycle. And while that's going on, below the piston, another crankcase compression stroke is taking place. And then the advantages and the disadvantages of the 2-stroke engine over a 4-stroke engine. So the advantages are the 2-stroke is simple, light, they cost less, and they produce twice as much power. But the disadvantages is they don't last as long, and lack of lubrication can cause the parts of the engine to wear a lot faster. And also, the 2-stroke oil is expensive and uses about 4 ounces per gallon of gas. And it's not really fuel efficient, as well as it produces a lot of pollution, especially during the combustion of the oil, because it releases more. It doesn't really fully combust at all. It's released into the air. And then the air-fuel mixture I was talking about, it's a ratio. And then for proper combustion and engine performance, I'm sorry, you can't really see the PowerPoint, but the right amounts of air and fuel must be mixed, and if there's too much air or too much fuel, engine power, fuel economy, and efficiency will suffer, as well as, so the ratio for gasoline fuel is approximately 14.7 to 1, which means 14.7 parts to 1 part fuel. And it can also be known as the stoichiometric fuel mixture, which is a chemically correct air-fuel mixture, and it helps assure that as much fuel as possible is burned during the combustion so that it doesn't escape and pollute the air. And yeah, here are my works cited. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So the generator, you saw that it actually worked, and yeah, that's pretty much it. The differences between a 4-stroke and a 2-stroke, as well as the amount of volts that the generator produced. So, yeah. Thank you and goodbye.